All right, so I'm doing this live on Facebook because I got several messages that are coming in to me with everything that's happening in the state of Michigan right now. So reminder, no handshakes. We're elbow bumping, fist knocking. I've also heard of the heel knock. That's another one. Or my favorite is the curtsy. So if you're royal or wish to be that way. But anyways, hi to everybody who couldn't make it today. This is a playback. This will be on Facebook. I'll also put this on YouTube. But I'm so excited to be here today and to get you guys kind of going on LinkedIn. Did everybody get a handout, first of all? If you didn't get a handout, Deb has some at the front table, and there's a couple at the back table over here as well. And I would encourage you to follow along. So first thing, everything that's on here we can do on our phones. So I'm giving you guys permission right now. Pull out your phones. If you have the LinkedIn app, open it up. Okay? And if you don't have the LinkedIn app, if you want to look over your neighbor's shoulder, we can look for some of these things. So my goal here is that everybody walks out of the room with some new tips to help you really rock on LinkedIn, okay? And I heard a lot of common themes as we went around the room in our introductions today and talked about how often we're posting on LinkedIn or not posting at all. And everything that I'm hearing is very common. You know, some people don't know what to post. They don't have a need to post. They are only using LinkedIn for job search. I'm not job searching, so I don't need to use it. You know, there's a lot of common things. Or I just get busy. Yesterday I was training with a client and she said, you know what, I've only got so many hours in a day and I've got to go with client over priority of LinkedIn. I'm like, I get it, but here we are in training, right? So let's talk about how to use this better. So the very first thing I want you guys to do is I want you to go on your profile right now. And I just want you to think about doing this maybe like 4 times a year, looking at your profile from top to bottom, and just kind of think about right now, who is your ideal target audience? Who are you trying to reach on LinkedIn? The biggest mistake I see is that people are using LinkedIn as a resume, okay? The goal of a resume, those folks in the room in HR know this, the goal of a resume is to find a job, right? LinkedIn is a professional networking site. It's not just a job search site, and it's actually used more by professionals for networking, business development, and branding purposes than it is used by job seekers. So think right now, who is your ideal target audience? Is that a customer? Is it a client? Is it prospective customers? Is it your fellow employees? Is it people you work with because you're trying to position yourself for a promotion? Think about who is that ideal target audience. And then as you're reviewing your profile, let's think about what fits for that ideal target audience and what doesn't fit. Okay, so I'm an independent consultant. I'm looking to gain new business. Having things on my LinkedIn that would go on a resume like raised revenue by X million dollars or signed on X new accounts, my prospective client doesn't care about that. They care about the results and how I can get them those results as well, okay? So anything that looks resume-like, take out of your LinkedIn profile, focus it on what does your target audience care about, okay? So that's the first tip for you. The second tip is to participate. And I heard many of you saying, I haven't posted in a month, a year, many years, never. I mean, the very first thing I would say to do is just to start to be active on LinkedIn. We all have 24 hours in a day. I do not have 48. I don't. I wish I did. You know, my kids sometimes are like, can we clone us? And I'm like, no, that would be crazy. But I have the same 24 hours as Oprah and Beyonce and all these, you know, all of you. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. But I choose to make time for LinkedIn every day, and LinkedIn works and returns that time to me. So what I would do for all of you, if you're not using LinkedIn at all right now, if you're never posting on LinkedIn, go to your home page on LinkedIn. So if you're on the app, click on the little home symbol, which is a little house symbol in the lower left-hand corner. That's your home page. And just start scrolling through. 15 minutes every day, just start scrolling through. If you see something that's interesting, give it a like, or one of the little applauses or loves or something like that. Give it a like. If it resonates with you, leave a comment, and comment with 5 or more words. 5 or more words is really critical. Don't just say, congrats, great job, great article. 5 or more words will actually trigger the algorithm that people are talking about this. So we're going to show this post to more people. Okay, so that actually helps out the person who's posting. Okay? And think about LinkedIn like a communication channel, because that's really what it is. It's a communication platform, a communication channel. So how often would you go without checking your work email if you were working? Maybe a day, if that. You wouldn't, right? Because your work email is a communication platform. Start thinking about LinkedIn the same way. Go on LinkedIn once a day. You're going to receive information from your network, and it'll remind you too to start posting your own information too. Okay? So that's the second tip. The third tip is review your notifications. So in your LinkedIn app, I think it's the second one from the right on the bottom, the little bell icon, pay attention to that little notification app. I think it's really helpful on bringing you highlights about your network. If people are commenting on your posts, you want to comment back because a comment is a gift that people have given you. And you want to at minimum, like Laura commented on me, I commented back and I said, thanks, Laura, for the mention. And then I said, is this the photo that you have on your LinkedIn account? So I asked her a question, which is another technique of increasing engagement. And Laura responds back. We've got a conversation going back and forth. And you know what happened? Laura's post got more views because we had conversations going back and forth. So the notifications is really helpful for those push messages out to you. The other thing I really love about notifications, and I put one on your worksheet here as a reminder, you know how you get those congratulations message, like congratulate Joe on a new job, congratulate Joe on a promotion. Sometimes you see the congratulate Betty on starting a degree at Walsh College or finishing a degree at Walsh College for our alumni folks here in the room. So those are nice too. The one thing I would say is the work anniversary, be very careful about those because sometimes it says, congratulate Jim on 5 years at Art Van. And guess what? Jim's no longer at Art Van or will soon not be at Art Van. So that's just throwing salt on the wound there. Sometimes people are no longer on this earth and they still have a LinkedIn profile. And we congratulate them without, it makes us look like we're kind of unknowing, okay? So be very careful with the work anniversaries. If you see those, make sure you know with 100% certainty they're still at the company and on this earth, okay? The other ones, like the one I put on here, it says, congratulate Scott Pierce. I'm gonna give a tag to Scott later on for starting a new position as Senior Business Development Executive at Isolus Health. So we know that Scott added that to his profile, okay? So there's two ways you can respond to this type of a message. If you click in the text that's above, it will take you to the timeline and everybody can see your comment. Everybody can see your comment. So we have more profile view opportunities there. If you say congrats and you click on that bottom message, it sends one-to-one message to just you and Scott. So just you and Scott see it. And that might be fine if you know Scott and you want to say, oh my gosh, Scott, I'm so excited for you, congratulations, whatever. But I would say go into the timeline, 5 or more words. One thing I've started doing now in a role like this, business development, so he's in a sales role, I will say, congrats, Scott, on your promotion or your new position. Who is an ideal target audience for you? I may send him business. I may never send him business, but you know what? Scott's going to reply to me. Scott's going to appreciate that message. And nobody else is going to say that. Everybody else is going to say, congrats, 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 congrats. Right? So that's another thing. So check out those notifications and look especially at those job announcements. Okay, next thing here, right now, let's go back to your profile on LinkedIn. And I want you to look at your headshot photo. I'm going to pull out my phone. For those of you joining along, this is hands-on right here. We're going to pull out our phone right now. And I'm going to go onto my profile as well. And I want you to look at your headshot photo, okay? And, you know, obviously we want a current photo, something that's recent, you know, within the past 5 years. If I walk in the room, it looks like you today, not like you from 20 years ago. You know who those people are, right? So if you don't have a current one, definitely, I'm actually going to go over to the Microsoft store because I've got some fun outfit on today. I might get just some fun social photos today too. But take advantage of that opportunity. It's just like a ring light that's set up. It's a little phone holder in there. You put your phone in, set the timer, and I put it on 3 seconds, and I click, turn this way, click, turn this way, click. And I just stood there for like 15, 20 minutes just taking a bunch of pictures. The Microsoft people, they leave you alone. They pretty much will come over and say, do you need any help? Nope, you're good. Okay, they're not going to sit around and go, oh, that's a bad picture. No, they want you to use it, and they're not selling anything. Like, take advantage of it. It's completely free, and I love. Somebody else said there's another photo opportunity.
Hugo Boss at Somerset.
Hugo Boss at Somerset. So anytime you have an opportunity to get a new headshot, get a new headshot. But let's look at your photo right now. One thing I want to look for on your photo is your head from the top of your face to the bottom of your chin. That should be about 50 to 60% of the circle. Okay? So 50 to 60% of the circle. I'm just showing a little glimpse of my attire that's in here. If not, what I want you to do is in the header image, you see that little blue pencil icon? Click on that blue pencil icon right now. And then it pops up and you see a little blue pencil icon over your photo. Click on that blue pencil icon again. And then there is an opportunity here that you can, actually there's one more pencil icon in the lower left-hand corner. LinkedIn's making it hard for us here. And then you can see here that you can actually zoom in on the photo. So I think you can pinch on my phone in and out and try to zoom it in so that your face from the top of your head to the bottom of your chin. When you guys pull this open, you can see there's a little grid in here. So your face should fill out the top square and the middle square. That helps you to kind of align it right. in that space and in that size. The reason that is important is that about 57% of web traffic nowadays occurs to LinkedIn on these tiny little mobile devices. So even right now, if you go back to your homepage feed and you're scrolling through, look at how tiny those faces are. We can barely see them, okay? So we want to make sure that we look important, impressive, approachable. Zooming in on your photo like I'm doing right now will help you to achieve that, okay? So that's a little tip there. All right, next tip. Okay, so for all of you, when we ask the question, how long has it been since you posted on LinkedIn? My guideline is at minimum, you should be posting once a week, building up to once every business day. And very, very rarely do I post more than once in a business day. If I do, I try to spread it out more than 6 to 8 hours apart. But the goal really is minimum once a week and ideally once per business day. Okay, so we're gonna have some fun right now. I want you guys to pull out your camera and I want you to take a picture of me, okay? And you're gonna post, and we're actually gonna practice posting this on LinkedIn, okay? And what we're gonna do is in our post, so when you pull your camera out, turn your camera sideways. We want it to be a horizontal photo. That way no one will decapitate me, right? You know what I'm talking about? You ever see those headshot photos that go with the press release and the person has no face in the headshot photo? So we don't wanna be that way. What I do when I take photos at events is I try to get several photos of the person, try to get them smiling. Gesturing is good. Gesturing is good when they're making the photo. Or, you know, try to get different angles. I might take 5 to 10 different pictures of the person at the event. And, you know, an event like today, every Inforum event you guys go to, take a picture. Because speakers, we have large networks. Tag us in the photos. Tag Inforum. They will reshare your posts out. They love to see content from members that are out there. This is an easy thing to do because guess what? You're not talking about yourself. You're talking about other people. So you're building social media karma through the process. Okay, everybody got their pictures ready to post? Okay, so now we're going to go into our phone, into the LinkedIn app. Okay, and when I start off, I always click on home to get me back to home state. Okay, so we're going to click on the home symbol, and you can see in the top where it says write a post, and there's a little video camera, and then there's a camera icon next to it. Click on the camera icon right now if you took a picture. If you didn't take a picture, you just want to do the post text, just stay where you are right there. So click on the camera icon and then go into your image library and grab one of those pictures that you took. Okay. And then there's a little arrow at the bottom that says kind of next, so then go to the next page. And then it says, mine says, what do you want to talk about? So now this is where we're going to put some text in here. You're going to say something like, today I attended at Inforum, so the at symbol, Inforum, all one word. We're tagging Inforum in the post. So today I attended at Inforum, space, Troy, space, at the word AT, space, at sign, Walsh College, because we're going to give some love to Walsh College here today. So we're going to say at Walsh College, space, and learned amazing LinkedIn tips from at Brenda Meller. Use your own words. You can use phenomenal, fantabulous, you know, mind-blowing, inspiring, whatever adjective appeals to you. But we want to put something in there that kind of tells people what is this photo, what's happening in there. Okay, do you guys need any help? Raise your hand if you need help with tagging. Is anybody sitting around this woman able to help her out with tagging? We're going to be helpers to each other. Does anybody else need help? We're all doing this?
Where the Walsh College, were those hashtags or at?
At sign will tag the organization or the person. So my tip on this, at sign, so if I do at sign Walsh, W-A-L-S-H, and then I might do dash college so it knows I'm still talking about the same phrase. I do the same thing. I might do at BRENDA dash Meller, M-E-L-L-E-R. So I put a dash in between. It says I'm still talking about the same person. Okay. So if you ever have any difficulty with it, and if your tags aren't working, it's probably a hiccup in LinkedIn. So do what I do, just backspace it and start typing it over again. Okay. You'll know it's working when after you hit the space bar, it becomes black. And then after you post, it goes blue. Now, I'll look at all of your posts after today. If I see anybody who hasn't done the tag correctly, I'll message you. I'm not going to embarrass you on LinkedIn. I'll message you, and I'll be like, hey, let me help you out with this. Click on the 3 dots, click on edit, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay? So now, once we post these things, the other thing you guys can do is start looking at everybody else's posts and start commenting and liking on them as well. And then we're going back to building social media karma, right? Helping others, paying it forward. You can comment on each other's posts. Linda, great to see you here today. You know, things like that. We can get some conversations going back and forth. Question?
Before I post this, do you recommend doing any sort of like hashtags?
You absolutely could. So Inforum has a hashtag, hashtag InforumMI. I have a hashtag myself as well. My hashtag is hashtag social media pie. Because guess what, guys? I love pie. And guess what I brought to give away today? A pie! Yeah! I almost forgot last night. And then I was driving in this morning. I'm like, I gotta give away pie. So whenever I present, I give away a pie. I've got a lovely peach pie here today. I'm actually in the process of writing a book called Social Media Pie. It's talking about LinkedIn strategy. But I'm going to give this away. I'm actually going to do this right now. Who's got the next birthday coming up? Birthdays? Any birthdays in March? What's your birthday?
19th.
March 19th. Anybody coming up quicker than that? Hey, what's your name?
Emma.
Emma, you want a pie. There you go. Come on up and get it. You got to come into the camera here so we can wish you a happy birthday. Hey, everybody on Facebook, wish him a happy birthday. There you go. Enjoy the pie.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Enjoy. All right. So did everybody post? Any questions on that? Yes. My hashtag is social media pie. So hashtag, pardon me?
P-I-E.
P-I-E, just like the baked good, pie. It literally means pie. It's like, it has nothing to do with LinkedIn, nothing to do with social media. It's just something I love. You know, like there's the cupcake people, the bacon people. I'm your pie lady. That's me. That's my thing.
Favorite pie then?
I do not have, just like children, I do not have a favorite.
Oh.
I do like double crust with like peaches and fruit and stuff in the middle. That's a good one too. Question?
So should the @ symbols like change to blue or?
So after you post, the question was what happens with the @ symbol. So the @ symbol tags a person or a company. So after you post, it'll click to black in the post, and then after you post, it'll change to blue. It makes it a hyperlink. Okay?
When you
Yes.
start the app though, like something should pop up, like so you can select, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there should be an option that comes up. I'm going to stick around after, so click and get it posted, you guys. And if you're not sure, just come and see me before you leave, and I'll make sure your post is working correctly. And if not, I'll help you correct your tags. That sound good? All right, I'm going to keep us going. So we got about 6 minutes to go, and I want to end us by 9 o'clock to keep us on time here. So I've talked about this already, but your posting frequency should be at minimum once a week, working up to once a day. I have a lot of ideas on different things you can post. You know, when you're reading an article, you all read articles, right? Industry magazines, Crane's Detroit Business, Forbes, Fortune, Entrepreneur, whatever. So think about when you're reading an article the next time, think about me going on your shoulder going, hey, Laura, you should post that on LinkedIn. That's a good post. So they all have these click to share icons, click to share it on LinkedIn. When you share it, just add like 5 or more words. This is a great article that talks about working from home during the coronavirus. So whatever it is, just click to share and get in the habit of that. If you need more ideas, I've got my email newsletter on here. I will send you ideas on things that you can post on LinkedIn. I'm going to actually be putting out an email early next week that says, here's a bunch of ideas on what you can post on LinkedIn. Okay,
So when
check out that
sharing,
link.
you should also do 5 or more words.
When you're sharing, when you're commenting, I never do 1 word. I always do 5 or more words. And I don't know if any of you ran track or if you are runners or not, but in track, they used to say, you don't just cross the finish line, you want to run like 5 yards beyond it. So I try to do a minimum of 5, but really 10 or 12, you know, try to move a little bit beyond that. But 5 is kind of the minimum for the algorithm there. All right, invite with context. And I think this is probably where we're going to finish off here today because we're getting a little bit short on time. I want you guys to practice inviting people to connect, and I want you to practice the right way, which is including a note with every invitation that you send. So what I want you to do right now, if you're not yet connected with me, look up my name, Brenda Meller, M-E-L-L-E-R. If you are already connected with me, get the name of one of your neighbors, and we're going to look up their profile. When you get to their profile, do not click on connect. I want you to click the more button or the 3 dots and then personalize invite. When you do that, I want you to add a note. Your note will say something like this. Hi, Brenda. We met today at Inforum. Let's connect on LinkedIn. It's not selling. It's not pushing anything out to them. You're just using a basis of context for inviting them to connect. Okay? So I think, guys, we're going to close off by practicing the invitation, but one final thing I want to do, I've always wanted to do this. I got this idea from Tina Marie Woolfield. I want to do the wave in the audience. So I'm going to have you guys all do the wave right now. And I'm going to have the camera pan as we're doing this, okay? So we're going to start from this side of the room, and then we're going to go to this side of the room, and then the video will stop. Okay? Is everybody okay with that? All right. Okay, here we go. You're going to stand up, so I'm going to point at you. The camera's going to go around this way. All right, so this is a wave from our group here at Inforum. Okay, ready? All right, this is choreographed on the count of 1, 2, 3. Yeah, wasn't that fun? You guys did a great job. That was really fun. I've always wanted to do that in an event, and I hadn't had the opportunity to do it yet. All right, so we're going to finish off by practicing invitations to connect. There is one last thing we could do, which is the Find Nearby feature. Are you guys familiar with this? A handful of you are. So it's a really quick way of identifying other people that are in the room. So in your LinkedIn app, go back to your home page. Okay, go back to your home page and then click on the two little avatar where it says My Network at the bottom. Click on My Network. And then there's a little blue bubble that pops up to the side. Click on that little blue bubble right now. And then you should see it says Find Nearby. Mine says off, so I've got to click it on. So click on Find Nearby. And then just set your phone down, let it cook for a second, because we're waiting for other people here in the room to be discovered. So this is a really quick way. If you're not connected with everybody in the room, you can just click on connect, 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 connect. I still like to personalize, but it is a good way of kind of connecting with folks. All right. Okay, so we are at 8:59. I want to be respectful. If anybody does need to leave, feel free to poke out. I will stay for maybe an additional 5 or so minutes to take questions, if you guys will be okay with that. Okay. We're all practicing Find Nearby right now. I've got all of them working through that. All right. All right, well, I'm going to sign off to Facebook here. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for watching the playback. Be sure to subscribe to get more updates and notifications for events like these. Have a good day. Thanks.